there's so many things that align in Islam with the things that I've been doing for 10 years, which is it was so hard to believe. Because first of all, I didn't even know that the Goetia were the jinn. But that's who it is. That's because they stole all the information and they twisted it around, said it belonged to these. It doesn't fucking belong to no archons. It belongs to, you know, what it belongs to. I have to tell you. They came to this earth and they were angry because they couldn't believe that we had the things we had. We were not like our flesh and our bones weren't. How do I say this? Were but weren't the high technology as they would assume a being to be. And they look like, whoa, man, they're so like weak, and but then we weren't. We were amazing beings. We could do things, and they kept wondering, and they couldn't beat us. So they kept trying to figure us out, till one day they went back in time, or I don't know what they did, but they got it, and they came and they and invaded, and they crashed into Argatha, and that's how the indigenous started. No, indigenous is not the beginning of anything. Don't let them lie to you. And we respect indigenous. People don't treat indigenous, don't disrespect indigenous. That's the heartbreak right there. You don't understand the energy. You have to understand the energy and what happened, the truth. Don't listen to fucking lies, all right? That's why religions, they have a lot of problems because they hide the truth, right? So I can admit that, but I am happy because the main functions that bring you ahead in your iman, in your um you know that make Allah happy with your life is when you follow the sunnah, right? And or I should, you know what I should say, when you really read the Quran, these days everybody's reading it, and I don't blame you because it's beautiful to recite it. But I think what people forgot what the surahs are for. People think it's surah, you're singing, you're singing, you're singing. You know what? It's not about it, that the likes on the internet. You know what it's about? It's about calling angels to pray. So you better be on your thing. If you're gonna recite a surah, then you gotta act holy. Because you're calling angels. Angels ain't gonna come to somebody that has been messing around and doing this and doing that. Are you kidding me? I sound like one of the imams. Like I'm saying, like now, when I say this, I'm not comparing myself to them because they've been in this so long. I started believing in God only 3 months ago. Give me a break, okay? But I know how to. I know I have attained some understanding of things in life, and because of religions, because you study and you figure it out. I'm sorry that certain people in life, they have to like read something for a long time, like 50 years to figure it out. And it is true. Yes, I only read like little things. When I don't know if they're doing it right. I don't know. Maybe they are, but if they are, then more power to them. Bless the Lord. Okay. But when I say, oh, I read the whole Quran in one day, in one sitting. What does that mean? Were you there for 6 hours? Were you there for 24 hours, 72 hours? I don't want to read anything like like read through it. Maybe if like my energy did that and I did it, yes. Oh my God, yes. I remember I don't know if it was college or jail where I fucking was like, God, I was like reading, 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 reading. And people were just like, and I just keep reading, reading, and reading, and reading, and reading. And people watch it, because you know what it is too? There are a lot of people in this world that do things in front of people to act. But people are not stupid and they can tell. And I wasn't acting. I was like, maybe a little nerdy, like super nerdy, because I don't think about other people. I'm just thinking if I'm not physically looking at somebody or hurting somebody or saying anything to somebody and I'm just minding my own business, sitting someplace doing something, then I'm not hurting somebody. But it's true. You don't realize the shift you can make in a room if you do the wrong thing and have the wrong kind of energy. But it's not that I had the wrong energy. Just one, I'm very quirky. That's one. And two, I just grabbed the Bible, sat in front of the whole thing in the middle, and I thought I'm minding my own business. Start reading it every day when I was locked up a long time. That was a long time ago. It's like 30 years ago. No, it wasn't for any criminal activity. It was for fucking, you know, tickets that got, you forget about them. They pile up. You're like, oh, God, I gotta pay this. Oh shit, I can't pay. I gotta pay this. Like, oh God, that's what happened. So it's a normal thing. I don't care what anybody says. Was I out? No, I wasn't in jail for like, a long time. I was only in jail. Like there was a time where I really couldn't pay something, and and the thing was that I didn't even have a job, but I was in jail for like 3 months because what's crazy was that it wasn't that I think that everybody was playing the roulette to try to be like, oh, somebody's gonna help him. Come on, I can't afford that. Your family, friends, like, oh man, because the first person that opens their mouth and goes, come on, let's go get together and help him, they're gonna get mad at that person because they're fucking assholes, But anyway, it doesn't matter. I think that time it was like 3 months. But am I ashamed to talk about this? No. I'm free, free. There's people out there that are so afraid and ashamed because they think that is how you respect your religion. That is not. It's not. It's not. You respect your religion by being honest. You don't have to be an asshole. You don't have to yell and scream and curse like me because I'm an asshole. I'll fuck somebody up. Nah. See, I can't help to say those things because I am an asshole. I can't help it. I was raised fucking in violence, and so in my Zen time of being older and being nice, I will get irritated at things in life, and I will express myself on the radio because that's what we're doing here. But I wish I had somebody on the radio with me, so we could laugh and, I know that I have a flow, but I don't know if people can flow when that way. I'm not saying maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm like people think I'm weird and people don't know how to be like, I don't want to talk to him. I don't know. Maybe people listen to the show and be like, well, or maybe they're intimidated and be like, I don't know what to say. Maybe people think I'm like so scientific or whatever. That's bullshit. Or maybe people think whatever. Maybe people think that if they get scared and say the wrong thing, I'm gonna do a spell on you. I love that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? The best is when people who are such idiots in religions and they don't understand how the jinn work. I don't care what religion you're in or what holy text book you're reading. If you say on the internet, don't wear those boots because you will have a demon come into you. Yes, the jinn do bother people, okay? But usually it's something that, how do I say this? Who are you? Who are you? Because you got to understand something. These are assignments that go from the highest rank all the way down. And when you think something is big and bad and fucking scary and holy shit, the black magic. Trust me, it's not the biggest one. And they even say it. Because you know why? It's not the word demon, that's disgusting. That's like the N-word. You don't fucking say that. Yes, I play music when people say that. I'm sorry. I'm not into that. It was just because I was really nervous and I pressed certain songs. And I do still, I don't, whatever, it's just whatever it is. I don't like the word. I don't say the word. And I don't really listen to a lot of, maybe, I don't know. But you're right. That's why I'm in this phase in my life where I'm like shaking off the hip hop and the rap. You know why? Because after a while, there's nothing there. And I can't stand to see any other person think that they could say things and be like, okay, it's okay. And then, no, it's not fucking okay. Just shut the fuck up. Stop doing it, you know? But I don't, I hope you don't think I'm a hypocrite. I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm just saying what I feel. But I hate that word. And that's why I hate the D word. When Christian, I feel so sorry for people in groups and religions because they don't understand. They didn't get their information. They got their information all mixed up. They say angels and the D word are verses against each other because they got kicked out of heaven. Get the fuck out of here. That is the most erroneous, stupidest shit. And if Muslims get mad at me too, I'm sorry, Akis and Uktis, but I'm sorry. You're going to hear the truth. The truth is that is not the truth. I don't know. Okay? All I can tell you that it has to do with the invasion. It has to do with after the invasion, the land of Argatha became the moon, and it's all fucked up in bad phases of this, that, and people, oh, Mercury. Not really. Yes, it's because it's separating, but it's the actions of everything being like, oh my God, like if imagine the earth, all the land was on one side and all the water was on the other side. And you got these caps of land and beauty. And there's no winter or fall. It's only spring and summer all the time. And the nights are very short and warm, and the days are warmer and a little longer. And everybody was together, and everybody had the blackest skin. Sorry if that offends anybody. Okay, they had the highest, most perfect melanin. Okay, nobody did a sin and got kicked out of a garden, and no jinn did offend the greatness of the Iron Soph and was dismissed from the Iron Soph onto Malkuth Earth. No. Or, sorry, if not Malkuth, term Pangea, No. There are jinn, earth entities, jinns that are from the earth. They are part of the earth, and people don't want to accept that, and they're here for us. Those are the good ones. Now, there might be other earth ones. Okay? But there are other ones that are not from the earth. And there are definitely some great ones not from the earth after the invasion. Because what happened is that there wasn't no need for anybody to visit this place because nothing was happening. It was all perfect. There was all the humans that were here, right, didn't have one clue about what it is to become angry, pontificate, have a bad attitude. Everything was like, back then was like, oh, this is how you fix it. If something was wrong, oh, this is how it works. And because everything was perfect and our bodies were perfect, everything that you read in the Garden of Eden, that was the earth before the invasion. Okay, this is how they got it all mixed up. Okay, and so when you read the Garden of Eden, then they eat the apple, right? See, what happened was during the invasion, there wasn't sexual feeling of shame. What it was like it was everything. You know how you could catch a cold or you catch a sickness? That's how probably women got pregnant. It was like they would stand in front of each other and they didn't like, maybe they looked at each other, but it wasn't in this like desperation of heart melting lust. No, it was because they knew what certain time, and they would stand, and even if it was out in public, because there was no mind of shame. Do you understand that? Because they listened to the purposes of it. It wasn't getting booty. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, oh, man. No. Yes, there was a sensation there, I'm sure, and there was a thing there, a climax. But nobody was saying, oh, yeah. Oh, she was a... Nobody. There would nobody talk about it because nobody else was going, oh, I saw you and your wife. No, because they'd be like, what? They'd be like, this guy said this thing. And that is kind of how the Archon would have after the invasion. And they had to pick up the pieces. God damn it. And they had to be indigenous. They lost a lot of power. They lost a lot of things, lost a lot of people. A lot of people died, you know? And from the beginning, I'm sure there was like, they crept in and they were like, holy crap. I'm sure they didn't creep in right away because they would have been, dead. Or maybe they did and they were quantum leaping and they quantum leaped back. I don't know. Well, let me just say this. Imagine you're in a place, like I said, like Pangea. All the world's on one side. I mean, all the land is on one side, and everybody's black. Everybody's the same color. And you're from the area where Europe is now, and these people look like this. They have certain smooth skin, certain whatever, and they have long, thin hair, and they have green, bright blue eyes. But their skin is black as black as black as black as black. Okay? And then it's so on and so forth. You know what the fuck the whole world is, okay? And it was all together. And the other side, now where you hear about all the what do they call it in Greek mythology? Now that's where all the shit is, and that's where they were. In the ocean, there were beings and things and animals and entities and all types of stuff, which was a gateway to the astral, not just the astral, the real cosmos. And nobody could understand that. And that's what fucked up the earth. And that's why we're sick. And that's why all this stuff. And they said, oh, you can't wait to go to heaven. There'll be no more sickness and no more crying and no more lying and no more nothing bad. Because that's how it was before they fucking invaded. Okay? That's how it was before they invaded. Everything was perfect. It was heaven, the way heaven said by everything. That's how it was. They watched. See, what happened was when you hear stories of Kemet and Ma'at, the law of Ma'at, and Ma'at was the first angel, a black woman, right? Or whatever. I don't know I don't remember exactly how the stories go. Or the story of Isis Ra and her husband, Osiris, which by the way, Isis is Oset or Osei, or Oset, and her husband is Osar, which is Osiris. So Isis and Osiris are Archon words, colonizer words, invader words, Archon words. Just like Egypt. Egypt is not Egypt. Egypt is Kemet. I don't care what nobody says, boy. Kemet. Egypt means you. You over there, you blackface, you. Yeah, that's what fucking Egypt means, and they keep saying it, and everybody's cool with it. I'm not cool with it, because I don't say that shit. I say Kemet. I don't care what people say. I'm not trying to have a bad attitude and be an asshole. I'm trying to wake you up here on the show, Star Thought Church of the Free Mind. Because it really isn't a free mind. Do you understand that? No. There's actually a true order specific to the fucking diameter or whatever the fuck you want to call the meter. Whatever you want to call the meter. There's a specific quintillionth of the smallest diameter of order. It is. I don't care what nobody says. How did they figure out seconds and angels, right? Or whatever they are, the light beings of the area called the Ein Sof, as they say in Hebrew. Light. What do you think humans learn? Yes, they archons taught a hierarchy of things, because if you didn't have to do that then. Don't you see that? But it's only because they know of the Iron Soph, you know? I'm talking about the bad ones, not whatever, you know, because the good ones, they're not, they don't, like they say, come here and teach in the ancient. No, they left it alone. Then afterwards, they sent beings that had to, um, um, you know how you get an upgrade? They had to degrade and become a different type of being in order to come to the Malkuth or the Pangea, you know? Because the truth is, there was only one way in and one way out. That was through the ocean. But did the Archons do that? No. They came, talk about coming in the back door, a big fucking giant rectangular building, giant, crashed in Argotha, the North Pole, and that's why you're not allowed over there for the longest time. And that's why the Earth tilt on its axis, the moon was made. But obviously, there has to be a process of time, because during the thing, I'm sure there was a flood, an ice over, this or that. All these people died. All these beings. There was beings inside the Earth. There was beings outside in the water part, and they died. Everything got killed because the things that were coming in and out of the astral and the not only the astral but the actual cosmos outside of Earth couldn't go in and out anymore, and it killed them. They were so depressed that it was like nobody ever knew depression. And you see what they did from this invasion? There's not supposed to be Mercury retrograde. Bad things ain't supposed to happen because of, planets moving around the sun and the Earth like losing its mind, like a breakup. That's what it happens. You ever see a mother that she's trying so hard to save her family because she was like, this guy, he's going to help us and we're going to, and all of a sudden she gets fucked up. And you know what happens? She turns into, she's like, Row! That is Mother Earth during a retrograde. What can I tell you? It's, that planet takes a trip away from the other planets around the sun by itself. Instead of like it usually doing, it's like swirling and going in a certain direction, but still traveling in a wider other direction that is like traveling, circulating the sun. And then the moon circulates it. The Hadith. Because of Nuit. That's another name for Earth, Hadith. I love Islam so much. Did you guys know that I had a dream of 2 baby dragons and Muhammad? But I don't want to get into that. This is Star Thought, 2 baby dragons. And you know what? You guys know in English, in Old English, they have these things and stories where a chapter begins or a certain thing begins, and you see this big giant circle. And sometimes it's the first letter of the first word of how the story starts or the chapter starts, or it's just a circle and it says something. Well, as time passed on in different societies, they would use that and put whatever culture they're from, things of that culture, a thing to represent that culture maybe in that, right? And so when you look at it, there's one in the Quran, and every time there's one, it shows, and that one looks like these aqua type fins. And when you talk about people, they go, no. I was like, well, it looks like 2 baby dragons, half a tail, together in a circle. And they killed them. What did God say? You killed the prophets. God wasn't just talking about that. He was talking about the invasion. When the invasion came, you killed all the prophets, all the beautiful, magical animals, all the things that are now in this world. When you talk about it, like, obviously, yeah, I'm not going to go around saying that I believe in these little elves that had different color dripping stuff that came out of the earth, and they would feed it to people. People would be sick, dying, they would heal. You know, why is it gone? What happened? All these things, the stuff under the earth that caused things to illuminate green and flow, or a high blue and flow like it does in the ocean, that stuff, they were rocks, tons of rock, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of rock underneath the sand, underneath the gold. It was sand and then gold. And then grass, and then stuff, and then trees, and you could, and different parts of the earth, of the Pangea, of the Malkuth, or the, Hadith. And there was different things that were happening, and that's where the cultures come from, because it's still there. Even though the lands broke up, and America's over here, Europe is over there, Africa's in the center, or close to Europe, but we said it's a far ways away. One of the most insane, or the strongest, it was so strong because it was right close to West Africa and the haunch underneath it when you look at Africa. Guess what? That's the tri-state area. New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. Why do you think that the tablets of Thoth have a Brooklyn Bridge? Because it was right there, like Jersey City and Bayonne. Or I should say like Hoboken in New York City, Manhattan. It was right there. It's right there. Like, you just got to take your car, go right through the tunnel, and then you'll be there. See? I didn't say you got to go to this town. No, I said all you got to do is take your car right through the tunnel, right? Because that's how they talk in Hoboken. They don't say, "Oh yeah." If you're in a town, you don't know how to get to the tunnel. You're a jerk, because even before the internet, and all you had to do is go, "Which way is the tunnel?" And people point exactly, because they knew nobody's going to the tunnel unless you got a really good job, unless you got a lot of money, or you just happen to be a young person in a car with a lot of money that day. Back in the day, I'd say, what was it, 50s, 60s, right? So then, there was no internet then, and people knew. Why? Because people just asked, and they were told. So there you go. Okay? One thing that bothers me about today's news is that people will hear something that is completely not true, and the only reason why I'm saying it is because I knew it when I was a kid. And I say, this is impossible. How could this happen? Because this is what happened. I can't stand that shit. And you know what that is? Guys, guess what? That's your AI. That's your confuckery, dick-headed AI. Big fail. Big fail. And people know it too. In fact, let's say it's not an AI. Let's make it really worse and piss the people off more. Somebody's doing it on purpose. Big trolley hack. Right? What a piece of shit. Got better things to do. Why? Because they make money off of people's, oh, God. What? No. Read it. Click on it. Read it. What does it say? And that's the downfall, So, we are going to do one more time the sign and the moon. What did we say? Healing illness, right? Healing illness. And what is the moon? What time is it? Oh, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. It's still good sun time. It's still sun time power with Gemini, 11 degrees in Gemini. I'm not in the mood to do anything. But tonight, so healing, right? Aries. Oh, we know what the jinn are for Aries. Let's see. Oh, the heck, that's not. I can't see. I'm hitting stuff on my computer. I'm not even supposed to be hitting. All right, here we go. I got a chart, an astrological chart for the jinn. I know people are like, what? Where did you get that? How could you have gotten it? I have this picture expander, but I'm trying to. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh boy, I need this to be expanded because I can't see too. All right, so we're gonna go to Aries. Uh, Aries, astrological jinn is the Goetia. You could see in any Goetia book, they changed the name. We know it's the jinn. From 1 to 6 in your Goetia book, any Goetia book, 1 to 6, meaning the seals of the Goetia is what you're going to find, or sometimes the pictures, but if you don't have the pictures of them, you're going to definitely have the seals. So there's going to be books out there like Solomon Seals or anything like that that's Goetia. When you look up Goetia, those are the books they want to get rid of first, so that's why they probably try to sell out. But there's amazing books out there. Older than there's actual Goetia. The Goetia that I probably is the basic or ancient or the oldest Goetia, the Goetia that they stole. Because we all know that it came from the doggone tribes, right? And even before that, when the people, or let's say, whatever it was, the Pangea, the Hadith, Malkuth, whatever it was, I bet you that the jinn were also in the water, and they were showing humans. It was like, oh, this is how you, now if you know, they draw something and give it to them, or they say, look at this, I'm going to do this for you. And they go, oh, thank you. And all of a sudden, there's like amazing things happening. But they could do it on themselves too, whatever. I'm just saying, that was all before the invasion. And then the invasion, then that had to be known as the doggone tribe started dividing into the ground. And then they stole them and they turned it around and they called it Goetia because they were jinn. There was the jinn that were seeing what they were writing, because you got to understand something. After the invasion, the jinn was stuck on Earth. Why do you think that they got destroyed? The beings got destroyed from the water. Now their energy is still around, and this is where bad jinn, sometimes bad jinn come over. They were like, oh no. You don't know. I mean, why is Cthulhu? Cthulhu's from the sea, and Cthulhu fucking sift you with a slurp snort. I'd be like, that was good. Like a tapeworm. That's how big. But guess what? Yemaya is bigger. Bless Yemaya. Anyway. So tonight, you can choose Baal, Saraba, Eshu. Saraba, Eshu, Baal, Saraba. Saraba, Eshu, Agadas, Saraba. Saraba, Eshu, Basago, Saraba. Saraba, Eshu, Gamijin. Saraba. Saraba, Eshu, Marbas. Saraba. And Saraba, Eshu, Malfor. Do you guys remember Kamira when they said Malfor? Sang it. And that is the 6th gate. I don't feel like going over the angels' names. All right, I'll tell you. The angels' names for those jinn specific Goetia, which would be Aries, all 6, right? From the beginning. The first gate was Baal, but the angel is Vehu. And the letter for that angel would be VHV, capital. For Eshu, a goddess, Saraba. The angel is Yeli, Yeli. And the letter for that angel is capital YLY. The angel for Eshu Vasagos Saraba, Eshu, is Sit, SIT. Can you guess what the letters are for the? Can you guess what the letters are for the letter, the written letter, the angel letter? It's SIT. And for Eshu Samijina or Gamijina, Samijina, I like Samijina. is Aulem. And the letters for that letter is O, capital O, little o, capital L, capital M. And last but not least, the angel of the Aries line with the jinn as the partner of the other 72, so it's 144 when you talk about the angels, but if you're talking about just the jinn, it's 72. See? So apart from these 6 of Aries, that's why 6 times 12, right? There's 12 signs. It's 144. So 6, last but not least, the angel. Unto the angel, Lelah. I like that. I like that name. Lelah. And the letters for that letter is capital L, capital L, capital H. And that is Eshu, vow for. Every time I sing it, I say his name, I'm always going to sing it try to sing it like the way the lead singer of Chimera, that metal band from back in the day. That's off of In This Present Darkness, or In This Present Darkness, something like that. In this present darkness, I fall. Broken. Remember that song? That song was badass. So why did I bring that up? Because that's what you do. You get the sigil, right, for the intention. And remember, a moon, the patching of the moon part, is healing illness. Meditation, balancing, and ridding of illness. So praise. I'm definitely doing this tonight. I don't care. I'm definitely, after the Suda. Oh, Suda's not. Suda after Salat. So that's what you're gonna do. You take the sigil, right, and you take a candle. I don't want to get into semantics of colors and chakras and the reason why we use it for the candles. So let's just say a white 7-day candle. You take the sigil of your favorite Aries. Which what did I say? They were from the first gate, Baal, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like if you look at any Goetia book, you could use any of those sigils, and you draw it, you put it on your altar, you put the 7-day candle, and you start working on yourself. You heal. But you got to read. I'm not going to go through them because I'm tired now. You guys can look it up yourselves, the attributes of each Goetia and the each jinn for the first 6. It's for any Goetia. You do the same thing, All right, everybody. That's it. Thank you. Had a good time, We spent a nice hour and a half. It's going to be hard. It's going to be, oh my God, like 45-minute video. I got to cut it in half. It's long. But praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Thank you for coming with me to praise the Lord on ACBN, American Radio, baby. Thank you, baby, for joining me, Chris Black, on this adventure of Star Thought, Church of the Free Mind. Until next time, be good. Don't be bad. And if you're going to be bad, be smart about it. Don't be a fucking asshole, all right? God forgive us. May Allah have mercy on all of us. And if we die during any of these times, may Allah grant us Jannah. Praise the Lord. Alhamdulillah. Allahuakbar.
Thank you for joining us here on ACBN, American Radio.
Thank you.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم إني أسألك يا قديم يا دائم يا متر يا أحد يا صمد يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لا حول اللهم إني أسألك يا قديم يا دائم يا متر يا أحد يا صمد يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا